welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be sharing how to get this makeup look. It is super simple, but it's just a little bit of a more dramatic eye and then this really juicy, glossy lip. So this is perfect for Valentine's Day or date night. So if you want to see how to get this look, then keep watching. And if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe before you leave so you don't miss any of my future videos. All right, let's hop into it. Starting out, I'm using my Nivea A Kiss of Smoothness lip balm. I always like to put some kind of a lip balm on my lips while I do my makeup. And then I'm going to go in with my Dermalogica Active Moist Moisturizer. I will put a little bit of this all over my face and then massage it in. I generally like to put my moisturizer on and then let it sit on my skin for a couple of minutes before moving on. This is just a really good way to prep your skin for makeup. So I'll let this sit for a couple minutes and then I will move on. Then I will go in with my Origins Original Skin Pore Perfecting Cooling Primer. This is an aerosol primer. It's really cool. I actually did a full video on this that I will link up in the cards and also down below in the bottom bar, but I really love it. And then I went in with my Tarte Shape Tape Foundation. I'm using the matte version. This is a little bit of a quick drying formula, so I like to do one section and then blend it out before moving on to another section, blending that out and so on. I just find that it's way easier to blend things out while they're still a little bit wet than it is to have everything dry and try to blend it out afterwards. I also did a full review and demo of this product that I will link up in the cards and down below in the bottom bar for you in case you're interested. Moving on, I'm going to set my entire face with my Coty Airspun Loose Powder. I will just put a quick layer of this all over my face, and then I'm taking a fluffy brush and putting that onto my eyelids. I generally just use foundation instead of using an under eye concealer. So I just want to set all of that. Now I'm going to go in with my Tarte Hamptons Weekender palette. I'm taking that contour shade and I'm just placing my contour in the hollows of my cheekbones, on the sides of my forehead, and on my jawline. I like to place my contour before I blend everything out with my bronzer, which today I am using the NARS Laguna bronzer and my EcoTools full powder brush. I'm just going to blend everything out and really warm up the rest of my face. I like to use the 3E method. So I'll create a 3 on one side of my face and an E on the other. It's basically your forehead, cheeks, and jawline. And it's kind of where the sun naturally hits your face. So it gives you a really warmed up and natural look. Going back into that palette, I'm using my Morphe E4 blush brush. And I'm using the blush shade in there just to put it onto the apples of my cheeks and then blend it back. This is my favorite way to apply blush. Now it's time for highlight, and I'm using my Milani Day Glow highlighter. This is in the shade 02. I'm putting it on the high points of my cheekbones, and then I take one of my fingers and place it down the center of my nose and a little bit onto my Cupid's bow. And then I'll set everything with a setting spray. This is one of my favorite ways to blend all of my makeup and really look at like it's melted together onto my face. I'll take my sponge and blend everything back together with that setting spray on my face. Moving on to the eyes, I'm going back into my bronzer. I love using bronzer as my first crease shade. I think it looks really natural, and I'm just using a fluffy brush to fluff that right into my crease. And then I'm going to go in with my Tarte Lit and Bloom palette. I have another fluffy brush, and I'm going into the shade Jet Setter. I'm just going to place this the exact same place that I placed my Laguna bronzer, and again, fluff it right into my crease. I just think that it's really nice to layer shades. It gives you a more dimensional look. So even though it's going right on top, it makes a big difference. Next, I'm going into the shade Leader, and I'm taking a smaller tapered brush, and I'm just placing this on the outer V of my eyes. This is going to add some dimension and drama to the look. I really like to add a darker color right on the outer edges just because it will really open up your eyes but still add dimension. And then when I have barely any left on my brush, I will just put it right into the crease ever so lightly so that there's not a lot of pigment, but just the tiniest bit that gets into the crease. Now I'm taking my setting spray on a flat shader brush, and I'm going to pick up some of the shade Funny Girl, and using your brushes wet with a setting spray will really make them a lot more pigmented, especially if you're using shimmery shades. It just makes such a big difference. So I'm just placing the shade all over my lid, and I'm just making sure to blend it evenly, and then I'll go in and do the same thing. I like to respray my brush every time I go back into that shadow. You'll see I'm stopping the shadow right at my crease, so all over the lid, meaning just your actual eyelid, not blending it up towards the brow bone. Moving on, I'm picking up some of the shade Activist with that same tapered brush, and I'm just darkening up the outer edges again, just my outer V and right on that lash line. Just trying to add dimension and put that pigment and shade back into it. And then I'm going to pick up that same Activist shade with an angled liner brush and use this as my eyeliner.
So I'm just stamping this right into my lash line, and then I will create just a baby wing on each side with this liner brush. This is a really good way to add the drama of having liner, but it's a little bit of a softer look than actual liquid liner is. Next, I'm going to take a smudge brush and go right back into that shade Leader and just blend it out on my lower lash line. This will kind of smoke out that lower lash line with the same shades and give you a more dimensional look and still open up your eyes. I like to only keep the liner on the outer portion of my eyes. I'm going back in with my highlighter and I'm just placing this right on the inner corners of my eyes. This will just add some more dimension and the light will catch it, which will look really, really pretty. And then I'm going to use my hairspray and a spoolie to set my eyebrows. There's a lot of times that I won't use an actual eyebrow gel. I think this works just as well, and a lot of times it's way more convenient. For lips today, I'm going to go in with my Buxom Plump Line lip liner. These are a little bit of a bigger pencil than normal lip liners are, but I really love them. You can line your lips or fill them all the way in and leave them like that. I'm going to fill mine in with this, and then I'm also going to go over it with my Bare Minerals gloss in the shade Sugar. I love this lip combo. I will list everything that I used today down below, but as you can see, it is pretty simple. So I really hope that you loved it. I think it's the perfect look for Valentine's Day.
Alrighty guys, that is everything for this video. I hope that you enjoyed it. Please give it a thumbs up if you did, and don't forget to subscribe before you leave so you don't miss any of my future videos. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.